Juno's World.
Another episode is here of the No Clickbait Podcast. It's your boy Freddie Andretti in the building. You already know I'm with my dynamic co-host. Go ahead and let them know how you feeling, Ism.
Feeling dynamic. I didn't even know I was coming in with dynamic energy, but I'm gonna take it. So it's your dynamic Donnie, inspirational
Dynamic
ism, if you
Donnie.
will.
Yeah. Dynamic Donnie is him. You already know. Nah, man, it's a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. Weather's been feeling great today. So inconsistent out here, man. We done had 19 different seasons in 19 days. Like, you don't know how to
This point, y'all
dress, what to
got
put on.
flavors.
Yeah. Like, everything is on it, booty like the bubble gum. However that song go. Like, bro, like, why is it cold and then it's hot and then it's raining and then it's pollen everywhere? And it's like, you see people, you go outside, like, we were outside, like, last weekend because we went to go eat at a taco spot, like a taco restaurant. We were on the rooftop. So I got on shorts because it felt great. But you had people out there, they didn't know what to expect, I guess. People out there full on sweatsuits, bubble coats. Just one girl was walking around in just a bra. I'm like, bro, this weather got people like just prepared for anything, I guess.
Confused.
Yeah.
Got out there describing the weather as seasoning. It's a little tangy out here.
Yeah. Like, imagine if you were inside and you know how it felt outside. You know how sometimes people get ready to go out and they be like, how I feel like this, so they know what to put on.
Yeah.
You see, like, all the people that I saw, like, you wouldn't know what to put on because you don't know how I feel.
That's where the phrase "I can't call it" come from. Somebody the
Yeah,
first time, what's the weather like? They looked outside, saw somebody in a bra, somebody looking like they was finna check into a Lakers game, bubble coat.
I can't call it.
I
There's
can't
one
even
dude out
call
there.
it.
I don't know if it was the fit or he most likely just got off work. He had on a USPS uniform. Yeah, I wish I was lying for dramatic purposes, but nah, he really had that on.
I do you one better. I went and played basketball the other day, and I feel like there's certain outfits that if somebody got on, I don't want you guarding me. I don't want to jump with you. Nothing. Bro had on construction boots, khakis, and was shirtless. And had a Florida Evans afro. I said, yeah, if he not on my team, y'all got the ball.
He probably played very, very aggressive defense.
Exactly. See, you ain't even seen him, and you know exactly what was going on.
I just feel like he hustle hard. He one of the people that, like, if he don't see blood, it ain't a foul. I can already imagine.
You said if you don't see blood, it's not a foul?
Yeah, he see blood, it's not a foul.
Yeah, that's one of them people that be using the word barely to describe fouls as if there's such thing as a barely foul.
I
You
barely
came in here
touched
with 2
you.
lips, you were playing one.
Come on, man, pop your knee back in place, man. I barely touched you. Y'all
Nigga
soft.
dramatic. Man, uncave your chest, man. You dramatic, bro. This was losing the game.
Your eye hanging out, and you talking about some. I fouled you. Soft. SOF capital T. Pop your eye back in.
Boy's dramatic, man. Back in my day, anytime you turn to a story, you probably fouled somebody. Probably.
Man, play like Patrick Beverly.
That was not no foul in the 80s. Patrick Beverly was just on a podcast talking about how he used to try to dig in people's ribs. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Hey, yo.
Exactly, exactly. He was like, I forgot who he said. He said when he play players, he like to pressure them, and he'll put his hand like where he can stick his thumb between their ribs to annoy them. And he said, and it was to the point he done tried that with so many people, he would start ranking who slapped his hand the hardest. I said, why are you proud of this?
That's a weird dude, man. To be honest with you,
Very odd individual.
but I don't know. These Whoopi Goldberg clones be crazy out here. These these variants.
Shout out to Marvel.
Well, shoot, since we on the NBA topic, we do gotta address the the big news going on in the league. I did not see Mike Malone getting fired. Obviously they've been struggling lately, but I didn't see that happening. The man just won a championship 2 years ago. They'd be so quick to let you go, and then get mad when players want to take their own destiny, like their destiny in their own hands. Like I just don't get it.
That's Tupac said it best in Juice when he was looking up
Riverside.
the dude when he was
Oh,
no Riverside mother nah when he was watching forgot what they was watching and he was like sometimes you got to take your he was crediting whatever they was watching. He was like that mother took his destiny in his own hands. Like you got to be in control of what you can control because that's crazy. You just give somebody their first and only ring, and then you lose one of your star players, and they're like, "Yeah, you can go too."
yeah, they told him and his mans they can get up out of there. They getting rid of the GM too. But it's that scene you talking about is when the dude that they knew tried to rob that I don't know if it was a restaurant or liquor store or whatever it was. I can't remember.
It's
But
when they watch the movies though. That
nah, the
wasn't when
dude nah the dude robbed the he robbed like whatever that place was that they hung out, an arcade or whatever. And then
Mhm.
he was like, "Yeah, we need to go out like him or something like that." Like he admired the way dude went out. He said he took his destiny in his own hands. He went out like a G, basically.
maybe I gotta rewatch it. I could have sworn they was in the living room after Steele had made whatever he called food, and he
Oh,
hopped
you
up off the
might,
couch excited about what happened in that scene. And he was like, "That's how you
you
go
might be
out."
right. But
Yeah, he
both
jumped
things.
up like he laughed a little bit, and he jumped up and like, "That's how you go out." That motherfucker took his destiny in his own hands, and they was looking at him like, "You side with him in the movie?" And that's when you should have known he wasn't right in his head.
Yeah. I don't know. Still made that throw up scramble. What's the we talking about taking destiny in your own hands? What's the we jumping topics, but what's the I guess the most gangster death you've seen in a movie or a TV show?
The most gangster death.
Yeah.
Um, that's a great question.
Like they knew they were about to die, so they just went out like a G.
I feel like as a black historian, the only right answer, if we're gonna say it like that, is Queen Latifah.
Queen
That's literally
Latifah
the
went out
only
like
right answer.
she that is the number one answer. Ding ding ding, number one answer.
Bang.
She went out like a G though.
I don't think I seen her smoke a cigarette the whole movie. And she said, "Well, might as well pick up the habit now. What's the worst that can happen? I know this not gonna what's gonna kill me."
Might as well smoke since I'm about to get smoked.
You
Nah,
could
I
put
think she
Ebony
went
up
out like
there.
a
I know
G.
I know her life flashed before her eyes
Oh, you sick.
when she was in the bathroom.
You sick.
I feel like I had to clear that up because I forgot she got two traumatic scenes. But when she was on, when she started messing with Diamond Man, and she
Yeah.
was in the bathroom trembling,
They turned that into a meme.
that is a hilarious meme. She was running from a fade. Her life wasn't even on the line for real. Then how you gonna
Now
get
she knew
tricked by
Diamond.
somebody leaving their own house?
That's her cousin though. She knew Diamond had hands. That's why it was no shock. Like she gave old girl the hands at the end of the movie. Ebony already knew it was up. They probably used to fight when they was younger.
I mean, you should expect somebody named Diamond to be cut like that. I'm trying to figure out why you would fall for something. Why would I leave my own house? She gonna announce talk about something. That's fine. You know what? If that's what you want to do, fine. I'm leaving, and you gonna come out the bathroom and get smacked anyway.
She thought she was safe. She should have at least waited 5-10 minutes.
Something. Took a little nap. Found some
You don't
TikToks
take
to watch. Kill some time.
There ain't nothing you can do in that situation. You gotta leave. You in her house. Think she gonna come back? Oh, I walked it off. No. Like I still want my fade.
I, I took a hike and you were right. It ain't that deep. It's just my man.
You just my cousin. It's okay.
Betrayal ain't even that serious. We really overdoing it.
I need to watch that movie now, man. Great movie. Great movie.
That's that movie. I'm glad I like Ice Cube and other movies before that movie because that movie will make you not like Ice Cube.
Oh yeah. He knew exactly what was about to happen. It was like, yeah, we're gonna get up out of here.
Yeah. And it wasn't even just that part. I know it was a part where she was drunk and the headshot was trying to get her in the car before anybody noticed.
Mm-hmm.
He was just
I
a
forgot about
creep.
that.
Like, why did you agree to this role?
I mean, it was his movie.
And he could have had somebody else do the role. I could see if Ice Cube was known for being a villain in movies. That was the. I think that might be the only movie where he was really the villain. One of them.
Yeah. I think that's Ice Cube movie.
I don't think it's Players Club an Ice Cube movie. I mean,
I
it
don't
fit
know.
his style of movies because he liked to put a bunch of comedians in movies and had them play roles that probably aren't comedic.
Yeah. It's probably a John Singleton movie or something.
That sounds up the alley too. I typed in did Ice Cube and the first thing gonna pop up is pass away. They gotta stop doing this to people, dog. He made
Oh
that
no,
restaurant.
yeah, it was directed and written by Ice Cube. So yeah, I was right.
I don't know. I don't know
May
why he would take
may
that
have a
role.
problem, man.
Yeah, I don't know why he would take that role. But maybe it's one of them things where it's like let somebody else get the shine. I'll be a part of my production, but it ain't all about me. I don't know.
Shout out to Ice Cube though. The filmography is great. A
You
lot
said
of
what is?
classics. The filmography is great.
Yeah, yeah.
Got your Fridays, you got your barbershops for the family. You got your are we there
Are we there
yet? Are
yet?
we yeah. Um
And he even had like little cameos in some movies. He was in Lottery Ticket, right?
yeah, he was in Lottery Ticket, the 21 Jump Streets.
He is hilarious in the 21 Jump Streets.
Yeah. Those movies funny. Let me yeah.
I feel like we always talk about how movies just ain't funny no more. That movie definitely got like a couple of moments where it's just hilarious.
Yeah. I always say meanwhile you two think of popping each other's
Yeah, yeah,
assholes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The accent make that so much more funnier too.
We wasn't think of popping each other's assholes. The fact that
Yeah,
he
21
found
Jump
out
Street is one of the original
Smith was sleeping with
actual
his
funny
daughter, he was
movies.
describing it to him. And then he's talking about his daughter. That was crazy.
You said what happened?
In the second one, when
Hmm.
Schmidt, Jonah Hill character was like telling Ice Cube about him being with old girl, he was describing it to him. Ice Cube didn't know he was talking about his daughter. I thought that was like crazy.
Yeah,
But as soon as Shannon Tatum found out, it was he was going fool. Nah, that's a funny movie though.
Yeah, that's definitely a movie. That movie got like revisit worth to it because it's funny.
Revisit worth is a phrase I've never heard in my life.
I think I just made it up.
Uh, you did. I was
Was
supposed
there a
to say
word you would have
rewatch.
used instead?
Uh, rewatchability.
You just can't put ability at the end of everything and just think it's okay.
Is it? It has rewatchability. It's rewatchable. They're unbreakable.
I
Breakable.
mean, I know what you're saying, but I'm saying just that's just lazy writing.
They're unbreakable. Speedy, break them. I don't care. But yeah, man, we got our topic. But yeah, Mike Malone being fired is crazy. I don't even know what they're about to do. People saying Jokic about to be up out of there in the next year or two. Um, the West is crazy packed. So many teams with identical records. So these next few games, like impacting seeds 3 through 8, is crazy. So
That'll be good for their ratings finally, because the only thing helping their ratings right now is John Moran and all this weaponry he got.
oh yeah, John Wick.
Yeah, that boy threw a grenade in the crowd just yesterday.
I feel like, man, Josh need to focus on basketball, and unfortunately, he got like a little target on his back because of what he did in the past with the having the gun or whatever. But like he can't even do the little shooting gesture that literally at least 73% of the league does. Like when they make a shot, you got players shooting like they doing a little air gun, or they putting their gun in the holster, or they doing a little bow and arrow. Like that's just a signal that I made a shot or whatever. But he can't even
Yeah,
go gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Like
nothing.
there's
You
an
can't
automatic
identify
fine.
no
And,
criminals. Nothing.
yeah. So that ain't the worst problem to have. He's still a millionaire, but like still, that's just
Not if he
crazy.
keep doing what he doing. I mean, you can't say you got a target on your back when you putting targets on everybody front. And then he did the gun thing twice. Like the first time he did it, it was like, all right, you on live tripping. They took it, he went over, got over that, did it again almost immediately. I'm like, dog, who like people to the point they starting to think he really don't like basketball because they not asking you not to do nothing crazy. They ain't asking you to do long division on the days you don't hoop. They saying, hey, bro, cut it out. Like, find you a family, like a family oriented celebration.
Just
Like,
go like that and do the shoulder shrug or something. I feel
yeah,
like he just for somebody to like have an issue with guns, he is in the worst uh, basketball city you can be in.
right,
He don't need to be in Memphis.
man. Listen, what I would say is, matter of fact, now that we on the topic, because I don't want to go too far into talking about Ja, who has the coldest celebration?
Who has the coldest celebration?
Yeah, score. And they got a celebration where like that's fire.
Man, I know what a celebration is. I'm trying to think. This man,
You was taking too long. Thought you had a brain
like I'm
cramp.
trying to think. I don't know. I mean, I guess Dame or Steph.
Steph, yours is fire. Which one was Steph though?
The night, and then Dame when it's Dame time.
Yeah, Dame only got one, so I know you what you meant with
Keep
Dame.
it, yeah, keep it simple.
You got the KD too small celebration. I think Luca and him both do it. Like when they score on somebody, they kind of point back, like, "Who is this guy trying to guard me?"
Hmm.
I like that one because it's subtle. I'm like, for real, this dude.
Like, this your man's?
Yeah, that's disrespectful without words. And that one you can do throughout a whole game. Stephen Dames is kind of like clutch moment. Like you can't do Dame time going into the half.
It's true. Still fire though.
Very, not even debating that part. You don't like Melo three to the dome?
I feel like that's pretty generic.
He wasn't the first to do it.
He might have been though. I mean, yeah.
Where would you
I
rank?
feel like it's only
Um,
so many. It's only so many 3-point celebrations out there. So you got the three to the dome. Wesley Matthews was the first person I saw shooting the bow and arrow. Um, everybody be doing like I was talking about, like the holsters. So
trying to
a
think
lot of
who all
people
got Russian ones.
who got what?
With freshing ones. I ain't gonna lie to John Morant, the grenade one was it was kind of funny because he
Man
actually
said,
threw it and covered his ears.
man said I got a full arsenal.
I took the gun away, fine. They take the grenade away, he gonna start shanking people.
You see the poll I put up like earlier this week, I think.
American
I
flag
put
up or
up a
something?
couple.
Nah, I might have.
Nah, it was what do you think would be more embarrassing, getting dunked on and falling, or crossed up and falling?
Um, which would be probably getting dunked on.
That's what people said. I said crossed up
I say, well, tell me why you think crossed up.
because you got to think about where their attentions are gonna go. You get crossed up, people are gonna be like, "Ooh, they looking at you on the floor." You get dunked on, they really looking at the person that's doing the dunk.
See,
Like
I
as far as
go ahead.
that's what I said. As far as like in this day and age with the replays, he gonna be all over social media. They gonna really look at the dunk, like thinking like, dang, he really like got up there and yammed on him. And then we like, darn, look at him on the floor, broken ankles, you know. So I think it'd be more embarrassing to get crossed up and fall.
I say dunked on because I wasn't gonna go crossed up, but there's people who are notorious for because there's many ways you get crossed up. You can get crossed and kind of barely like your hand can touch the court and you kind of keep your balance, but you still fell. Like Allen Iverson crossed some dude, I forgot his name, but people get dunked on and become instant history. Like Brandon Knight, no matter what he did after, you remember him for being dunked on. Anthony Edwards dunked on Jonathan Collins or John Collins so bad that he got a concussion. You imagine getting dunked into into um concussion protocol. That's crazy.
That is
And then
crazy, but
a lot of those turn into merch too. You'll turn something of somebody getting dunked on will be merch for somebody getting crossed.
yeah. But you also got like somebody like Paul Pierce. He's been dunked on. But you remember what Joe Johnson did to him? He had that man out there twerking.
That was yeah, and that's what made that embarrassing because I don't even know how you fall like that. I don't know what if defensive position or plan you had to fall forward. That's nuts. Um But then again, like in basketball, I think pretty much everybody's probably been hit with a move before. Maybe not fall, but some people, I don't think anybody really goes their whole career without getting hit with a move. There's so many moves you can do. It's so many, you know, some people know how to bend the rules, whatever. Getting dunked on, a lot of people can go their whole career without ever getting dunked on. And then some people can't tell their career without that one time where they got bodied. Like people remember, you remember when you jumped with, because that's really like a man to man thing. Like when you dunk on somebody, that means the other person that jumped with you, he felt like he could contest that. So that's like a ego thing. That's like a mano a mano one on one thing. You catch me with a move, it's just kind of like misfortune. Like dang, I thought you was deceived. Versus you jump with me, you know what I can do. That's crazy. You still gonna try me anyway. We just gonna see who the best. Like that's like a claiming of territory. Like I'm going through you. That's disrespectful, really.
Mm, they both embarrassing. I
Yes, both embarrassing.
ain't never had either one. I done crossed somebody and dunked on somebody. So
Yeah, I remember that. That was ain't gotta get into the specifics, but yeah, I remember that. That was that one time. I said, dang, that boy good.
one time at band camp, amazing movie. But we had the other poll I had was what would you want more of? Money, fame, free time, or other? Should have followed up, and I
I
really want to
voted
know
on
why
that one.
some people chose today. I want to know why people chose some of the things they chose. What you vote for?
You choose.
Oh, you said money.
Yeah.
What was your reason for money?
Money can solve literally everything else. Like if you have trouble, because fame ain't nothing but relevance. You can buy your way into relevance. You can spend your way into free time. And whatever other is, unless it's something with your soul or your being where literally no amount of money can do something, then yeah.
I said free time. And the reason I said free time is because I want to enjoy life. It's the assumption that I'm already good on money. I'm good. My family's good. I want to be able to. I work hard for what I have now, so I want to be able to enjoy it. Like so, give me more free time, and any free time that doesn't necessarily have to be just kicking back and not doing anything. You can still have the freedom to create, have the freedom to literally do whatever. It's free time. So give me more of that. If I need to, make moves to make more money, I got more time to do that. Because
So,
you can
but
have, you can have
I,
you can have all the money and not have any time to enjoy it.
I feel like if that happens, you're not managing or you're just ignorant to how to use the money to free up your time. Because I would go on a limb and say the average person spends a lot of their time trying to make money. So if money is already figured out. Like imagine everything you do now. You go to work and your work takes up the bulk of your week, your month, your year. So say you have the money to where those hours, like how many on average, how many hours do you work in a day?
80, 80.
In a day? I'm finna call them boys on your behalf, man. That's been the No Clickbait podcast. We gonna holler at y'all. We need to talk to human resources. This podcast can wait. But okay, so say you work 80 hours a week, right? Take away those 80 hours that you use trying to get money and put it in something else. So say you want free time to do XYZ. Say you got a kid, right? And you want to use your free time to spend time with your wife or your girlfriend. You can use that money to influence somebody to babysit, whether it be a family member. There's not too many family members that's gonna say no, especially if they're getting paid to babysit a niece, nephew, whatever. say, oh, I wish I had time to do XYZ, but you got to clean the house. You can hire a maid. Anything can be hired or bought with the writer. Like there's people who will do things for the right price. That sounds crazy, but you know what I mean as far as just business wise, like a bartering system. Well, okay, you can do this for me. I don't feel like driving and do this. Can you go do it? Money will get people to move their feet with anything. And that's just the world we live in. Free time is very important, but I feel like if you're not spending your time trying to do what we spend most of our time doing, you gonna get that free time.
Well, I was saying on like it's billionaires that don't like have time to enjoy what they have. Like
Yeah.
you can have a lot of money, you can have a lot of influence with the money, but that don't mean you living an enjoyable life at the same time.
But having free time don't mean you live an enjoyable life. Just mean you got time to do more than you would have the average person.
Sure. Let me ask you this. So if you knew, let's say you knew you were about to die.
Dang, what
God,
this got dark?
no, like follow along. You knew you were about to die, but God was like, and this kind of related, but it's separate. But so you knew you're about to die, and God was like, I'm gonna give you two choices. You can either die in 6 months. I'm gonna give you $1 million. You can spend this money however you want, but you can't spend it on your family. You can't leave it for your family, and you can't even like spend the next 6 months with your family. But you got $1 million. Or you can die in a year. I'm not gonna give you any money, but you can spend that time with your family. Which one are you gonna choose?
So one is get the money, but you can't spend no time with your family, and the other is family without the money.
Yeah.
For this fact that I feel like one of these days the podcast gonna blow up and I got loved ones that might hear it. I'm gonna let you answer the question. I'm gonna text you my answer because I feel like you know me
You,
to know what.
but that's sick. So you rather ball out that 6 months and just say forget it, like you never see or hear from any of your family again.
I'm gonna get the money, and being that God is made in my image, I'm gonna see if I can negotiate a little more time than 6 months and see what I need to do right.
You think you
But
can bribe God with his own money? What? But that don't even make sense. Did you think before you said
get it and sell it back.
it?
That's like
That's
thinking
crazy.
if you work for if you work for your boss and you say, "Hey, here's a paycheck back," he not gonna turn you down. So maybe we can have conversations like, "Hey, I just came into this investment. I know you said 6 months, but hear me out. Hey,
That's
man, don't I
wild.
can tell you try it, man.
I'm not gonna try it.
You miss 100%. Well, yeah, because it's a hypothetical, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Remember that.
No,
That's
if
why Mike Malone got fired.
hypothetical a real thing, I'm not gonna try that. That's wild. Tell the people who you really are.
Well, technically, you're not family, so me and you can just kick it.
It's messed up. Vin Diesel would be very disappointed in you.
Everybody Vin Diesel kicking with is don't have his blood.
That's family though. Blood don't make people family.
It don't. So I mean, what you mean? So even the people I call bros, I gotta be like, hey, so about that.
Nah, I meant like your blood relatives, but
Oh, okay.
blood doesn't necessarily make you family at the same time.
In the same breath, which just the conversation outside of that one, because for one, legends don't die. So, um, how often do you talk to your family? Like the widespread of your family? Because I feel like people talk to a few. They got their favorite cousin maybe, or the cousin they talk to most. Your mom. Who else?
I mean,
and you got
I
brothers.
talk, yeah, I talk to my family all the time. Like, depends on who you're talking about, though. Some I talk to more
That's
than
what I'm
others.
asking you. I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, do you talk to your uncle as much as you talk to your mom, or do you talk to everybody like a significant amount of time, or do some people just hear from you every now and then?
Talk to my mama, my grandma every week, and my siblings on a just about every week.
See, like a lot of times I be having to figure out how the average human, not saying you average, but the average human operates because I don't have that same. I go weeks without talking to people in general. Like there's some days I wake up, I don't really text nobody. I get on, I do what I need to do for the business, and that be that. The longest conversation might very well be a podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we have group chats and stuff too, but I mean, you're not going to be able to talk to all of your family every day or every week. Like, it's just too many
Yeah,
people, and people have their lives. But that's what makes you family. Like, you understand, okay, cuz I haven't talked to you in months, but when we see each other, just like a good friendship, we don't miss a beat. There's still love there. You're not going to talk to people every day. That don't mean you love them less or anything.
that boy Mike and a Wale feature.
But no, I couldn't give up. Like, I couldn't give up my family for $1 million. Like,
Dang, you
I
acting
want.
like you said the scenario was they gonna get banished.
No, I mean they basically are. They wouldn't be in my life. Like for the last 6 months of my life. Like at the end of the day, that's what, at least to me, that's what really matters. Like being around people that you care about. Now you can have a ball in 6 months with $1 million, but like I don't think it'd be worth it.
Can't be mad at that.
Plus,
I just hope.
you get an additional 6 months of life. Like,
But what if? Well, we'll come back to that. I don't want to spend too much time on the topic. But it
how would
made
you about to
me.
say?
I was about to say, what if you're to a point where you're at an age where you're not even really enjoying yourself? You just alive, and you like,
Hey
oh,
man,
give
this
me
is
another
serious.
year. Mhm.
This is getting dark.
That's why I was gonna leave it alone. But just like I
Yeah,
feel, yeah, it's definitely people who they get to your hundreds and twenties and 130s. And it's like, okay, cool. Like we all want to live forever. But I don't know if there's any amount of care for yourself or practice to where if you reach 120 years old, you can do anything.
who out here 120, 130 years old right now?
There's people who's definitely reached around that. I don't know what the record is, but even say you reach 100. Okay, cool. Like there's people who are 70, 80 who can barely see, barely remember things. So, there's times where you might be alive, but you're not living. And I mean, that can even be with you younger than that. So, say, okay, you get offered, say you lived a life where hasn't always been kind to you, whatever. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, here go these two scenarios. This one, you live a little longer, but this one, you can live out your wildest dreams financially. And it's like, do I need another year of shortcomings just because it's longer than 6 months? But, that's topic for another day because that really plays a part in people's background. I like to think just randomly, like even watching shows or something, I realize that it takes a lot of personal endeavors to shape everybody to be different. So me and you might look at the same situation in the same way and it make perfect sense to us. And then you have somebody who they didn't come from a loving home or whatever, so this is a little tougher for them. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they might not be the most family oriented, and we might be looking at it crazy, like how you don't want to be around your family. We don't know what they went through. Like when you think about even because I look at people who have children, and that is a task, and that's a task for a while. Like 365 out of 365, you're watching this little human grow, and you are what shapes their reality. And a couple wrong steps, you don't know really what it could it could manifest. So, you don't know what somebody's values is or why it's their values. Like you got people who are atheists. I don't understand why somebody might be an atheist, but in their head it make all the sense in the world. So, depending on the moment you give somebody the opportunity, where it's like, do you want 12 months or do you want 6 months? Is really gonna come down to whatever age you ask them that or what they're going through at that time and place.
I mean, that's a good point, but that's under the assumption that you're at an age where it's too early for you to die.
Right. But
Obviously,
again,
the
there's some
question is,
people. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'd say obviously the question ain't gonna hit the same for a 95-year old as it is for a 30-year old. They still got their whole life ahead of them.
But again, we not 60. You don't know how people might feel at 60. People at 60 might still be like, yeah, like even with the family who got remaining, cool, I'll take a year. But then you also have, unfortunately, you have younger people who feel like, you know what, money right now. There's people who, again, is all perspective. There's people who don't want to live long. Like there's literally a phrase where it's like, live fast, die young. So
Yeah, that's literally a song. I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna be different for different people. That's why it's an would you rather. Like if
yeah.
somebody
I,
chooses to take the money 6 months and not see family because they don't have a good relationship with family or whatever, that's their choice.
mm,
Or somebody
yeah.
wants to is happy with being away in 6 months rather than a year, then sorry to hear that, but that's also their choice.
But yeah, I'm just offering my perspective ramble. Feel like that's what I'm known for at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Other
No,
thing, we shouted out Melo. Got to give a shout out. They didn't snub my boy this time. Dwight Howard make it into the Hall of Fame.
I just seen something that he's also in the big three.
I saw that too. But he also, well, I saw that. I didn't look into it, but I also saw that he was doing tryouts because he's trying to do a league in China, like his own league. I don't know. Dwight got a lot going on. It's all good stuff, but I don't know.
Some of
He
it's
was
a little
doing like open,
questionable, but mostly good.
he was doing open tryouts to have his own league in China. But yeah, he made the Hall of Fame, and he said he wanted Shaq, Kareem, and KG to walk him out. So
What was the
Shaq's gonna
third
be doing
person?
KG.
Oh,
So I think that'll be pretty dope. And to make it like
that's cool that they settle their differences
twice
like that.
in the same class, basically, he made it twice technically because he's on the redeem team too. So it's pretty cool.
That's fire.
Yeah.
People deserve
Same
their
with
success.
same with Melo actually. So yeah, him and Melo both on the redeem team, so they both making it twice at the same time. That's pretty cool.
Carmelo should have jaw off him out.
Why is that?
Shoot first mentality.
Huh?
Shoot first mentality.
Well, unfortunately, you can't walk somebody out if you are not already in the hall.
Dang. Well,
Yeah. Walk
try
out
to get my
the
boy a
the
whole new image.
yeah. I got a lot of work to do to make it into the hall. He ain't there yet.
He'd be lucky to be in the league. He keep doing what he's doing. But, that's neither here nor there.
Man, that man got a bright future ahead of him. He gonna get it together. I feel like
Right, rightness might be a laser. It's a YN
that's crazy.
fault.
It's gonna be interesting to see how the league's gonna look in the next 2 years. Got Cooper Flag coming in.
I don't want to talk
I
nothing
feel
about
like
Duke.
I'm sorry, man. I ain't mean to
Still a sore spot.
bring up something. Yeah, I'm sorry,
Next
man.
subject. Next subject.
Yeah, but speaking of Duke, so like what I was saying was,
That's crazy.
nah,
Do
I'm messing with you. Shout out to college basketball. Shout out to UConn. How about that, man? UConn women's, we got the job done. I'm a UConn
Yeah,
fan, in
yeah.
case you. So shout out to them. I wouldn't have been mad if South Carolina won, obviously, but shout out to UConn women. Shout out to Paige. She about to go ball out in the W. So it's gonna be good to see what she does there. After she had a crazy journey, but it'll be some good basketball coming.
Who do you
What
think
you
taking a
got on
chip in the NBA?
in the NBA? Give me. Obviously, it'd be nice if the Lakers won, but realistically, it's probably gonna be the Celtics again.
I've been saying
They
that
just,
all year.
yeah, they just got too many weapons. Like they got so many players that can give you 30 out of nowhere. Like,
Got all the defense you can think of in the world.
yeah, what are they gonna say now? So yeah, it'll be they'll be a tough out for sure. I don't see anybody in the East stopping them. The closest is the Cavs, but I don't think the Cavs can beat them. That'll probably go six, but
Yeah.
yeah,
They'll
it's
be
probably
lucky
be
to
the
go
Celtics.
6.
In the West, I feel like it's all on matchups in the West. To be honest, like the Lakers, well, they did good against Denver this year, a lot better, but that'll still be a tough matchup. Um, I feel like the Clippers would be a good series. The Warriors would be a good series. Um, but if the dang who was in the Houston ain't ready not to win no series, especially if they end up playing the Warriors. They gonna get them up out of there.
We should definitely
It's
do a we should do like our own bracket and see who gonna win like the first round and things like that. Maybe an extra incentive if you guess how many games they're doing there. Maybe we can make that a challenge between us two or even just a general challenge for our page.
no, we can do it. I'm gonna trust you with that, putting it together, since you the sports betting man.
I actually took last month off to focus on my brand. I'm not saying, sports betting puts me in a hole, but with something as intricate as a brand, like a little money can go a long way. So I was like, I put it aside. I'm actually gonna put a bet in after we get off our podcast. But I want to actually, I like the visuals of where my money be going sometimes. So just there's some people who they just throw money at it because they're like, I got it to spend, but I want to know if I'm actually being profitable. Because there's some people who sports bet every day and don't make no real money because they put like 4 bets in, and if you hit one, you just got your money back.
Mm-mm. I don't like having my money in somebody else's hands. Like anything can happen. We talked about this already, but
Yeah,
I'm betting on you and you sitting out second half because y'all blowing the team out or y'all getting blown out or you unfortunately got hurt or whatever the case is. Nah, I like my
Yeah,
money in my own hands and going to what I want to spend it on. If I lose money, that means I can't find my wallet.
is that the ism of the day?
That's the ism of the day.
Mhm.
All right, man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all hold it down.
Alrighty, you ended like Sopranos.